one earlier, right? But that's okay. Right. So how can I share? Could you make me host, please? Hey, hey,
Was
who's
good.
good?
Hey,
How you doing?
hey, Boosted.
Good. I had a whole ass home from work because I couldn't do that on my phone.
All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate it for joining us.
Not a problem. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you. All right. So I will put now the screen share, and I hope everybody can see it now.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Great.
Ahora
So
sí.
okay, great. Yeah, Zoom is great. I don't know what's going on with Discord, why it didn't let me share. I'll have to check my settings after once we finish with this. So maybe there's something from my settings. I don't know. I'll have to double check, fix that. But anyway, we're here now. Great. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna go through just so I can explain you guys how you can, simply calculate depending on your items on your soul pitbull, right? The one that you minted. So there are three different types, right? We got the common ones, we got the common types, common items, rare items, and then super rare items, right? So these are the three types of rarities, right? And then each one of them, they have, right? So the common item, they are worth 0.1 Solana, right? From what you can see here, right? And then the rare one, it's 0.2 Solanas, and then the super rare ones are 0.3 Solanas, right? Now, this is an example here. Let's take this one as an example, right? This character, let's say you have this one. And what you basically do, you simply go and check the items individually and see if they are common, rare, or super rare, right? So in this case here, right? We got the head item, right? We got the red hat. It's a common one, right? So I'll go now and check it, right? So we got a red hat. Okay, let's go and check for the red hat. Right? These are the skins. Sorry. You know what? Actually, let's start with the skins first, right? So we go in order. So the skin, yeah, we look at it and we see is brown and white. So it's a normal skin, right? So we go here for the skins. This is the skin, and it shows here, right? Common skins, and it's the light brown, right? We got the light brown one. And again, we remember the common skin, right? The common item, any common item, including the skin and the background, is worth 0.1 SOL, right? So we got that, right? The skin here is common, 0.1, right? Then the next on the list, yeah, would be the clothing, right? The order of it, right? So the clothing, we got the Lakers. Let's go and check the Lakers top to see what is that. We got the Lakers
Yeah, 'cause
top
I have
here.
the one too. So
You got the Lakers, nice. It's a rare, right? So it's part of the rare clothing, right? It's here.
yeah,
And
okay.
this is worth 0.2, right? And I'll show you now. So 0.2 is here, right? If it's a rare item, you add this to the calculation, right? So here, let's go back to, let's see,
And
we
it says
got
multiply. It says multiply the result by 2.
right. So we're gonna go into this for the next example, yeah. So you can understand how that works as well. For now, this is the common one, right? Where there are no more than 3 or even 3 rare items, right? So this is a common example, right? So the next one, we got the red hat. Yeah, we got the ski glasses. Let's see, we're gonna look for them. All right, so we got the clothing is finished. We got the eyes, we're going for the ski glasses, right? They are rare too. Boom. We got them here, right? That's another 0.2. We go back to the calculation.
So it'll be 0.2 plus 0.2.
That's it, exactly, right? So we add them all up, right? So we got, what was it? The eyes item, rare, right? We got 0.2, yeah? And then we have the red hat here, which we're gonna check after too, and the pie, right?
It says it all right there that they're rare and common, right?
Yeah, exactly, right? So
you would add all them up.
Yeah, exactly. So you just simply add them up, right? So here, as you can see, these are the common skins. All the common skins are here, right? The next one, all the rare skins are here, right? And then the super rare skins are here, right? These are the example of the super rare skins, right? So we go back to to our case, and we got the eyes. We already found them. They were the ski glasses. Then we got the red hat, right? Which is a common item, the red hat, right? We add on the list 0.1, right, to the calculation. And then we keep on going for the mouth, right? Then we got the pipe. If you
Yeah, I
guys
got a bunch
remember.
of pipes. I have the bone. Is the bone rare?
Nice. The bone
Eh,
is
Chris,
common.
Chris, qué pena.
Yes.
Hay personas esperando entrar a la sala. Tú eres el host ahora. Tienes que estar pendiente.
How can I?
Go
I
back
don't
to
see
the-
anybody.
Can you go back to the
asking
one with the beanie in her mouth? The nunny for a kid.
Sorry, which one?
Go back. You know how to, I have the one with the bone in the mouth. There's another one with a pacifier in the mouth.
Right. So this is the bone, right? This is the common. And then we got the piercing of the muzzle here for rare. And then we got the
Right
pipe
there,
here,
that
which
baby
is super
sucker.
rare.
I have the baby sucker one too.
Amazing. Great. Right. So this is 0.3. Okay. Yep. I'm adding more people here. There's more people joining us. Right. So this is the pipe again on our example there. And we have that right on, we added to the calculation 0.3. Let's go back to the example. Right. So just this to make it easier, you can even grab a piece of
Hey,
paper.
wait, go
or
back
whatever.
one more. Go back one more. Go back to that one with the black shirt. I have that one too.
This one, yeah. We're gonna go into this one after, right? Because this is part of the rare one, and I'll show you how you can multiply it if you have a rare item, right? If you have more than 3. All right. So going back to this one, we checked. We got the red hat, right? We got the pipe as well, which is the mouth item, and we counted here super rare +3, and then we had the background as well, which is a common one. Again, you got the backgrounds too. You go all the way back down to the list. Let's make it simple to go here.
But when
like
you
that.
click on each one, it tells you what they're worth, right?
When you click like where here, like this on the image.
No, like on your NFT, it does say what they have on them. Like,
Yeah, it does show you what they have. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if you don't want to go through it like that, when you check it in your wallet, it does say, all the items that it has, but you still have to go through it and see if it's rare or not, right? Or if it's common.
and you have to see if it's 0.1, 0.2.
Exactly, right? You got to calculate that as well, right? Cool. Right, so we got the background as well, right? From here. So here are the common ones, rare ones, and the super rare ones, right? And then we go into the mystics after, right? So we go back to the calculation.
Now with the Spider-Man one, if the background's a different color, does that change
Yeah,
it too?
so for those, right, for the mystic ones, you will see, I'll show you the example of all of them. They're all completely different, right? So they don't add to these calculations at all, right? Those are different, they're separate, right? So going back to the example, we've been through all the items, right? We checked, and then you just simply add them all up like this, right? You go through each 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, and then you got here the total, right? Is 1.1 Solana, right? These are the items that we just calculated here, we went through, plus the 1.2 Solana, which is the public release price, right? Because this will be the price that the public will get it at, right? You guys are, whitelisted and you get it at a discount, right? So you're privileged to get it a lot cheaper, right? With more or less like 25% discount than the public price that we're gonna release it at, right? So adding these two together, right? The public price, the public release price with the items that you just added together here, right? This common example will be worth 2.3 Solana, right? On the marketplace. So this is going to help you, to understand how much you should price your NFT if you, for example, want tomorrow when we open the marketplaces, right? To list it on the marketplace, right? So this will give you an example of, because you're probably thinking, if you haven't done this yet, you're probably thinking, how much should I post it with, right? How much should I price my NFT? How much is it worth? This is a suggested price, of course, right? It can be a lot higher than this, right? So it really depends on you, but this is like a minimum, to give you like a minimum value, right? Depending on the rarity of the character, right? Just so you get an idea. And also this will help overall the entire project to keep, to keep the floor price higher, right? As well,
You could
because
actually own price then too.
yeah, you can price it as much as you want, right? But again, you know, you got to consider this, that the more the higher the price, the higher the floor price, you know, the better it is for the entire project, including you guys, right?
So
So you
say if
gotta
it's
keep that in mind.
say if it's 2.3, you can make it
Yeah.
4.4 if you want.
You could, of course, there's no limit, right? So if you really love your design, let's say like you really fell in love with your design and you want to, you know, put it for 15 Solanas or 20 Solanas, nobody's stopping you, right? Go for it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it, right? This is just the minimum suggested price, right? Just so you have an idea, more or less.
And then it says that
Um,
there's the 3 super rare items times by
Right.
4. Which ones are the
Right.
super rare items?
Right. Perfect. Right. So I'll go right now in the second example, right? And the rarity
have-
example number 2.
I
Sure.
have one
please.
quick question. So
Sure.
if we decided to list some of ours tomorrow,
Yeah.
and say, so what's the incentive to make people buy them at the price that we list them at instead of waiting for the public then to buy them at the 1.2?
That's a good answer. That's a good question.
Say that again. I think it was with
So
the
when we
audience in
list,
the-
can you hear me okay?
Yes. So when
Okay.
we list,
So when we list them, so say I decide to list a couple tomorrow at the 2.3 or whatever the other one came up as, to say I have just like a basic one. What's the
Right.
incentive for somebody to come buy it on the market instead of waiting for the public mint to buy it at the 1.2?
right. So they will have to come and check, right? So for example, if someone will come and check exactly to see how the price is actually calculated, right? And if they go back and check the utility of the NFTs and what the price is based on, right? That's very easy to see. So for example, if you do price this one, right, at 2.3, and
Right.
somebody sees it, right? They come and see it and they're like, okay, that's 2.3. Okay, what is that based on? So they come and check, right? And they see this, and then they look back at the utilities and everything else, right? And the roadmap. And then they're also thinking, well, the public price will be 1.2, but you don't know what you're getting, right? Because it's random. So it could be something less than this, or it can be something higher than this, right?
Right. Yeah.
So that's the beauty of doing it random. But in the same time, for someone who doesn't know the project yet, it's a bit like, well, am I willing to risk it and see what I'm getting? It depends, right? There's different types of investors out there. There's the ones that like to risk it a bit more than others. And there's the conservative ones, right? That they would like to protect a bit more their investment. They're like, okay, well, if this is 2.3 already, because this person already minted it, they check the price, you know, I check the project behind, you know, I like the foundations and I like what they're doing, right, with the project, and they're helping the animals and they really want to have a positive impact, right? Then you know what? I'd rather just pay this and I know I'll have it at this price, because if the project keeps on growing, definitely the investment will grow too.
Right.
Right.
So are
Instead
they
of
gonna have,
taking-
sorry, go ahead.
No,
Are
go
they
ahead.
gonna have access, or is there somewhere, so I know that this pamphlet is on the Discord, but so when people do the public mint, if they're not in the Discord, are they gonna be able to see how we price it?
Yes, so they will have access to the website, right? So when you post your NFT on marketplaces, I'm not sure if you've already seen it in your wallet, right? When you look at your NFT in your wallet, it shows there a little description and also the website. I'm not sure if any of you guys
Yeah, on the Soul Scan, is that what you're talking about?
on the Soul Scan too, but also on your Phantom wallet, right? When you check your NFT, you can check it now if you want. Yeah.
And what marketplace are these getting put on?
So we're gonna go on SoulSea and Magic Eden.
And
Right. So now,
you're posting them tomorrow?
yes, yeah. So we're gonna make the collection available, right? So what you guys have to do after, if you want to post your NFT there for sale, you will have to, you know, go through it, and some of them they don't require accounts. You just have to connect your wallet to the marketplace, and then you know just choose the NFT that you want to list on the marketplace. You know, it's simple as that to the collection.
Okay, yeah, I see where it says on the wallet, if you scroll on the bottom, just it says the properties on it. Is that what you're talking
Right.
about?
Yes, the properties, and if you look at the description, right, it tells it should say a little description there.
It does.
Mine Mine just says the 5150 unique pit bull.
That's
and
it.
Loving. Okay.
Yeah, that's correct. And also the website.
Yep.
Right, perfect. So
Okay.
yeah, exactly. So tomorrow, right, when the marketplaces will be available for you guys, right, who minted in the pre-sale, I will update the rarity chart. I'll put it on the website, right? So anybody who comes from the outside of our community and they want to check to see exactly what the price is based on, right? They could have full access to this. So they know exactly, even if they don't join the Discord, they still have access to this information, right? To make it easier for everyone to see.
Okay. And then
Acá-
when
acaba de
my
enviar
last
por el chat.
question.
Qué pena, acabé de enviar por el chat los 3 links de Sol Scam, donde aparecen
Yeah.
registrados en la blockchain de Solana todos
Right.
los NFT que han sido minteados hasta ahora.
Okay. So Camilo said that he posted on the main. Was it in the main chat, Camilo?
And
Yeah,
in the chat, yeah.
I just seen it
Yeah,
come
yeah,
up.
In the chat, in the Zoom
yeah.
chat.
In the main chat, yes. In the Zoom chat. Oh, here in the Zoom chat. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, he posted the Soul Scan links where he shows you exactly how many were minted,
Oh, perfect.
and he shows you exactly all the information there from
And then
the blockchain.
the last question I have,
Sure.
if we're selling them, does any of that go towards charity still, or was it the initial
100%.
buy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So, right. So there's a 5%, right? The 5% that will go to half of it will go to the foundations, and then the other half will go back into the community and into the marketing, right? To keep on growing the project. Those are the royalties, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. So when
The royalties,
when
right.
we sell it on the site, yeah, on wherever Magic Eden
Yes.
or whatever, they're saying 5% of it will go
That's
towards half
correct.
of it, 2.5% will go towards charity, and then the other 2.5 will
That's-
go towards.
That's exactly right. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
which
So
makes-
that also ensures, right, on a constant basis that there's still money going to the foundations, right? No matter what, even
Right.
if there's no more Soul Friends available to sell anymore, right?
Mhm.
Then whatever it's being traded, right? People buying and selling them, there's still gonna be money going to the foundations from those, resales and everything. Even though, right, the next collections, everything will remain the same, nothing will change. Right, but again, that's the main mission that we're focusing on, right? So we're trying to, find any way possible to add any extras there, right?
Okay, perfect. That answered my question. Thank you.
Fantastic, no problem, a pleasure. Right, anyone else has any other questions so far before I go into the rare one to explain how this one works?
Yeah, that's like something I got right there.
This one, yeah? Okay, so let's get this one started, right?
It's not the same, but it's close.
Right. Cool,
It got-
so
It got that shirt.
yeah, this is, if I'm not mistaken, is a rare one or super rare. I will check now, right? So this is, again, the second example where it has 3 rare items, right? And we're gonna go ahead and look at it, right? So let's go back again to check the first one. We got the skin, right, which is beige. So let's see the skin. We got the skin here, which is a common skin, right? We go back. Here we got the skin, common, +1, right? Then we go to check the clothing. Let's see the clothing now. The Lewis Hamilton jacket. It's rare as well, right? So that's a 0.2. We got here the Lewis Hamilton jacket, right? We go back to the calculations. We add it here, clothing, boom, rare. Great. Now, we got, let's see. So we got the Harry Potter eyes, right? The glasses. And then we got the saliva for the mouth. Let's see. So we got next the eyes. Where's the Harry Potter? Boom. We got another rare item, right? Got a Harry Potter eyes here, right? And for the head, we got the military hat again, which is a rare item. So we already have 3 items, right? 3 rare items, right? So let's keep that in mind because it says here, so right here, right? So if you have more than 3, including 3, right? So if you have 3 or more on your Soul Pitbull, right? You multiply the result by 2. So in this case here, we have already the clothing, right? The Lewis Hamilton. We have the head item, which is the military Yeah, 0.2. And then we got the Harry Potter glasses too, which is 0.2. So from the start, we got 3 items, right? 3 rare items. Let's keep on going, right? Let's finish off the whole calculation. Let's see what we got. So for the mouth, we got the saliva, then we got a guitar in the back and the background, right? The background, the swirl color, let's see. So we're going to check it out. Yeah, so that's the military hat. We've been through it. Now the mouth, right? We got the saliva. That's a common one. It's a 0.1, right? Now we go for the accessories. The back, we got the electric guitar, right? You guys remember? That's another 0.1. We add it to the list, to the calculation. And then we have a super rare background, right? It was this one. It was the color swirl, right? So we add those to the calculation too. And I'll show you exactly now how to go through all of them and where you should multiply it. Right here. So we go through all of them, right? We calculate them individually again, right? We start to take them one by one, 0.2, 0.2, 0.1, etc. Right? All of them. And you see here that the total is 1.2 Solana, right? On this character. The items, right? Together, all added up together. Now, because there are 3 rare items, we're gonna times this, right? We're gonna multiply this by 2, right? So this all of a sudden will give us 2.4 Solanas, right? Because of the rare items, it increases the value, right? And then we also added the public release price, like we added here in the normal one. If you remember this one here, right? We're also gonna add it here. Right, so we got the 2.4, the items, including the rare ones, which we multiplied by 2, plus the 1.2 Sol, right, Solana. We got 3.6 value on marketplace, right? The minimum value that you could add it to the marketplace because of the rarity, right? Because you got 3 or more rare items. Is that simple enough so far?
Yeah,
Have I
it's
been-
pretty common
Yep.
sense right now.
Yeah, great to hear that. So it's pretty simple, right? If you look at it, you just simply calculate all your items,
The super
right,
rare
together.
ones, the super rare ones
Exactly.
are the only ones you didn't say about.
Yeah, so the super rare ones, it works exactly the same as the rare ones. So if you have 3 super rare items, you just simply multiply them by 4 instead of 2, right? Because here we only had 3 rare items, right? They were not super rare.
So say you got like one of the 100 solo ones. How would you do them ones?
Right, so those which are here, right? We're going now to these, but before we go into these, does anyone have any question about the rare ones and the calculations here? Was this
Yeah.
clear
There
enough?
was just, sorry, one question. So I have
Sure.
like ones that like for the face, they were just normal face, there was nothing on them. So is that's just 0, right? There's no point for
Yes,
that.
if there's no item in the special category, right? If there's none, then there is no point there.
That's what I thought.
Right. Is there any other questions so far regarding this? Great, I'll take that as a no. Right, so now to also specify, right, the mystics, right? So again, if you are one of the lucky 6 people to have one of the mystics character, the price suggestion is 100 Sol, right? Because as you can see, none of the backgrounds, right, they're all completely separate than what we've seen, right? Here's all we got the space. Here's the Jack Sparrow, right? Here's fire, and here's this is New York City, right? This is the gladiator background. This is like a cemetery, right? So none of these backgrounds are anywhere. And if you look also at the characters, I'm sure you haven't seen any of these items on the list, right? That we checked earlier. So that's why these are, very rare characters. There are only 6 of them, right? And already 2 are gone. The Avatar and the Spidey dog, right? They're already gone. We got Gladiator left. We got Skeleton and the Robot Dog and the Pirate Dog, right? So these will be included in the public list, right? In the public sale. and there will be, you know, chances for the rest of the people too, whoever didn't get it and they want one.
So what would you price them?
Yeah.
Just at 100?
Yeah, that's the price suggestion, right?
Or could
Because
you,
again,
or
it's,
could you, or could you price it higher if you wanted to?
you can price as much as you want, right? This
Right.
is a price suggestion again, like you know, to make sure that it's valued enough, you know. But again, it could be like, how many of you guys heard of, you know, collections and examples that sold for crazy amounts
Oh,
of,
a
you
lot.
know, 100,000, 300,000, right, dollars. And if you look back, let's say a couple of years ago, right, 2-3 years back, there's like collections now that are like, you know, the apes or the bored apes and, you know, the punks. These were, you know, worth like nothing, you know, before all this hype was around, right? Before this NFT hype started, they were like $200-300 each, right? Which is crazy. And in a couple of years,
Some of them are like
hey,
20,000 now. Some of them are worth a lot of money.
yeah. Some of them are easily $1 million. It's crazy, you know. And if you look at it, the design, it's not really the best either. It's just whatever, right? And the utility behind it, it's not doing much. It's just the art, right? It's the collection that is behind it. Nothing much more than that. And of course, it's hyped up, and like the bored apes, for example, everyone else is jumping on. You know, like if you've seen all the superstars and, you know, all the celebrities and everything, you know, they all have a bored ape, right, in their avatars. Those, when they were first starting out, they were not, you know, at that stage, at that level. So there's, you know, possibilities. There's infinite, you know, possibilities in this project, and we're gonna keep on fighting to get, you know, celebrities on board and to get people to understand the mission, right? Because I know there's a lot of people with influence out there that they also love animals, right? The way we do, and they want to contribute to help out, right? Because I know personally there's a lot of like actors, right, and singers. There's a lot that they donate so much money to animal shelters and animal foundations and everything, right? Which is fantastic. And we won't stop until we definitely find someone, you know, who can jump on board with us, you know, who's also into NFTs, into cryptos, and, you know, into being an animal lover as
When's the
well.
public sale tomorrow?
Right. Yeah. So we will open the marketplace, right, in SoulSea and Magic Eden. Yeah. All right. So does anyone else have any other question in terms of the rarity chart? I think already the mystics, I think I added them here, right? Yeah. Yeah. So this is the same. We're gonna throw all 6.
I don't. You hear me?
Yeah.
I don't have any questions, but what I would probably try to emphasize in the
Yep.
chat that is if somebody is having problems pricing their item,
Yep.
they need to remember to use the calculate price. I'm not going to help with that as well. I mean, I kind of understand the way it works. Obviously, we all
Right.
need to double check each other.
Yeah. I appreciate
last
that,
thing
man. Thank you.
Well, the last thing we want is somebody to go in there and just price out something, you know, at what you minted it for, because that's only gonna affect everybody else.
100%.
Ask people questions. So if anything were to happen,
Yeah. So that's the thing, right? So we're gonna emphasize on that, right? We're gonna put a lot of attention on that to whoever been minted already, right? We're gonna try and help them out to calculate the prices, to make sure that they know exactly what they're doing. And you know, that's going to be, you know, again, like you said, it's going to be great for everyone in the community, right? It's going to be great for the project overall. But like I just gave you an example, right? Even the common one, right? Like, to give you another example, right? Let's say, let's take one from, let's take even this one, right? The most common one, right? This is the most common example. Here we got this one, the light brown, and he doesn't have absolutely nothing on it, right? Nothing, no items, no nothing. And let's imagine that this background is not white because it doesn't exist, right, in the background list. But let's say, I don't know, it's just whatever. It's a normal background, the common, like this one, right? So it's this one with that background, which is common, right? Because it comes like that. They all
that-
have
But
at least-
0.1?
exactly, right? So it's 0.1 because it's a common skin without any item, nothing. And then the background, which is the most common one, is 0.1, right? So that's 0.2 in total, plus the 1.2, which is the public sale price. That would be 1.4, right? The minimum price. The most common one ever that doesn't have absolutely nothing on it, right? So that's already higher than the main price and the public price sale,
He's showing how much it's selling for.
right? I think that's clear enough, right? I don't think that it's yeah,
So yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
fantastic, great. And again, right? So if we look back at the the utilities and the donation percentage, right, which is higher. I personally haven't seen any project that donates as much as we do, and it would be great if we can find another one because we love this type of projects that would like to contribute as much. So that automatically gives it a massive value just because of that, right? Let's put everything else aside. Let's put every utilities on the side, right? Let's say it doesn't have nothing. You just go on the art and the donation. It's already it's fantastic.
Chris,
Have you guys, have you heard of, I saw Tree Friends. Have you heard of that one?
Oh, which one, sorry?
So it's Tree Friends. It's Tree, F-R-E-N-S.
Where's that? What is
it doesn't
that?
sound familiar.
So they minted, I think, yesterday or today. And they're basically like, so everybody who mints and buys one, they plant like 60 something trees. And so they're kind
Oh.
of giving back in that way. So that might be a good one to reach out to or check out at least.
Yeah.
Sure, that's a great idea, actually. Yeah, let me check it out. Tree Friends.
Yes, F-R-E-N-S. It's like a little squirrel.
Tree Friends. Is it on Solana?
No, I'm not sure if they're Solana or not.
That's okay. I'll search for it. I don't know if you can.
Yeah, if you look, I know that they're on Twitter is where I found them, and then all of their stuff is from there.
Right. Yeah, I found them on OpenSea. Yep. Tree Friends NFT. Yep. Okay, but no, maybe it's a fake account as well. It's probably not the real collection. It's crazy again. Like you find all these fake collections. They're trying to jump on.
I'll find the
People's
link and
hard
put it,
work.
see if I can put it in the chat here.
Sure, you can put it if you go to the Shield of Soul Friends or collaborations
Yeah, I just
or
Oh, okay. I
other
said I just put
projects.
it in the this Zoom chat. The
Okay,
their,
great.
homepage if you want to look at it.
Sure.
Wow.
Let's see. Friends. Okay. Sorry, I was writing it wrong. Tree Friends. Right. Yeah, they're planting trees. This is great. This is also, a fantastic cause. I love it.
Yeah, I was listening. I only caught the tail end of it, but they were doing a live on Twitter with,
Right.
I think it was like Wolf something with like one of the things on Twitter. I wrote to them, but he hasn't answered me back about us.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty tough, right? That's also another. No, they look interesting on their mission. I like that. I like what they're doing.
Yeah, it seems like they're actually like trying to make a difference. That kind of
Yeah.
stuck out to me.
Yeah, that's one thing that I like about this type of projects, right? Because it's not a selfish project that is just
Right.
about them, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's an us project, right? Where we're all, growing together as a community, and we also have a massive positive impact on the outside world, right? It's not just on us. And yeah, I think that's very powerful, and that creates a very strong foundation, right? No
Yeah,
matter what
absolutely.
project it is, I believe that the people behind it and the community behind it, right? Because it's such a special community, and whoever's been here from the start, right? You kind of seen that already, because everyone's like helping each other out, right? And nobody's like looking for anything in return. It just comes because of the type of person they are, right? They just want to help. We're here for the same mission, so that's just something that you can't buy this, right? You can't lie about this. It just comes from within, right? It just comes from the character of the people that is in the community, right? And I think that's giving it as well incredible amount of value to the whole project.
Yeah, and I think your community and audience will come organically that way too over time. Like it might take a little bit longer for them to, but
Yeah.
eventually, the people that are there are going to stay there because they actually believe in what you're doing.
100%, right? And that's not the point of bringing over bots or people that are not interested in our mission, right? Because at the end of the day, like, because I've been in projects where, for example, they were sold out in like a minute, right? Everything got sold out in a minute, but because there were so many bots buying the actual NFTs, right? Right after that, it was like a massive failure, and they can't recover from it because they didn't have strong people supporting the project.
Right, or a strong project. So just because it
It-
sells out quick doesn't mean that it's a strong
100%.
project. This
Yep.
I was telling this kid earlier in one of our chats. He's a 13-year-old kid in the main chat, I think. He just got into
Right.
NFTs, and he said he heard his dad talking about it. So he was like doing research and getting into it himself, which is really cool. And he
Yeah.
said that he got into 2 of them and they kind of flopped. They failed after. And so I was like,
Yeah.
like, good for you, kid. Like he's doing research, he's getting in there.
Yeah, that's incredible. I saw. Yeah. It's the kid that just said, "Love you guys," right? When
Yeah,
he left.
yeah.
Yeah, that's so sweet. I love that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's the future that we need, right? We need
Mhm.
people like that to start from that early stage, into these type of projects. Hopefully they are getting inspired by our actions and everything we're trying to do, right? And being part of such a beautiful community, we can inspire other people to be better as an individual, right? This is so much more powerful than the actual NFT itself, right? It's just
Yeah.
coming together as one, right?
Absolutely.
So it's crazy to see like kids of like 13, because now it just made sense when he said earlier that he's 13, because I remember a few days back he was saying that he can't get verified on one of the exchanges,
Oh,
and I'm
yep.
like, what's the issue? And he's like, I don't have, I'm not old enough. But I don't know what happened, that I think he didn't answer anymore, whatever, because he didn't really tell me how old he is.
Right.
And how would it make sense why he said that, and
Yeah, he was
'cause it
saying
was
that
sad.
because he was talking about, we were talking about minting, and he said, I can't yet. I have to ask my parents. He said, I'm gonna have to ask my parents for money.
Yeah, exactly. Because he was sad that he said, sorry, I couldn't, be here. I couldn't support it. Says, "Oh, don't worry. We appreciate the intention. That's powerful enough.
Yeah, I think that's great. I think that's great that he's in there and he's like doing his own. He's just getting in there early and researching and taking
Yeah.
just as the other projects didn't. They kind of flopped, but he still took the chance. And
Yeah. Of course, like there's a lot of failure. In my opinion, is part of the game, right? Of success. So if he's failing from that early stage, he's just getting used to, with that mindset of you can't succeed without any type of failure. It's part of the game, right? It's part of growth. You need that pressure in anything that you're trying to do, right? And it's needed to grow. So growing with that mindset from that early stage, it's incredible to me.
Exactly. And
I wish I had that.
I know, right? It'll teach him like the good projects too early on, like what to start looking for, and
100%. Right? Like I was saying in another AMA, I can't remember, a few days back. Oh, there's still people listening here on AMA. Hey guys, on Discord. I didn't realize. I forgot we're on Zoom as well. Yeah. So like I said, a few days ago as well, like projects like that, right? That they have a strong foundation where we really hope, and that's why we're teaching others with the NFT course, right? It's almost finished as well. We're gonna make that public soon. That it would be great if somebody from this community or even more people could actually start to think of ways of how they can have a bigger impact on their local community if they have to, right? In the neighborhood or in their local town or local city or whatever, right? They can come up with an idea to change something, right? To do something positive to this world, to help out like this animals or people with disabilities or people who are recovering from, I don't know, addictions or whatever, right? There's so many things out there that we can all contribute, right, to it, to have a positive impact. So if someone from the community comes with an idea to be like, what, I could actually create my own community about this subject, and I can use NFT as a platform to help raise money for that charity or do this, right, or have this type of impact. That's something that we all kind of we all have part of it, right? And I think that's very powerful.
I agree. And then you get like a community like this where I think things can branch off of that easily just because of the kind of people we have in the community itself.
Exactly. Very powerful.
And then I'm also watching what Camilo's posting about like the collaborations that we're having and like the course, and then like what's the one that we just did? The most recent one. The crypto investing. Is that what it was?
The investing, yeah, with freedom, yeah.
Yep, and then like the coin, potentially our own coin down the road and everything else, like that's
exactly. Yep,
really
and
cool.
Yep.
Chris,
so freedom.
¿me dejas hablar?
Yes, please.
¿Me puedes traducir? Bueno, primero.
Okay, so I'll be the translator, yeah. But
Sounds good.
Pero despacio, sí, despacito, no todo,
Okay.
no mucho.
No problema, no problema. Sí, primero excusarme por no, me da pena un poco todavía hablar inglés fluidamente por el chat. Por el chat es más fácil.
He doesn't want to speak yet English. He finds it a bit hard to express himself in English. He feels a bit shy. On the chat, it's easier to write, right? To type it and stuff. But yeah, it's okay, no problem.
Okay, entonces, y lo otro es, bueno, los puntos más importantes que se deben entender es uno, que el escenario que estamos creando es de escasez. O sea, cada día que pasa estamos trabajando para darle más valor a nuestro NFT. Por eso yo digo, Solfriends es más que arte. ¿Por qué? Porque cada día que pasa le agregamos más valor. Dale, y continúo diciendo.
So what he's saying now, right? So he said these are very important points to point out, is that every single day we're all working, right? The whole team is working on bringing more and more value to the team, right? To the whole project, to the whole NFT, right? What it stands behind, the utility of it, right?
Okay, entonces la escasez, la palabra clave es escasez, no sé cómo se dice en inglés, escasez. Entonces es muy importante porque a medida que crezcamos más el valor y hayan menos, el precio en teoría debería subir.
So he's talking about the deflationary system, right? I'm not sure if you guys are, aware of it and you know how it works, but it's basically trying to, increase the value of a project, right? By decreasing the quantity, the supply of the specific product or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you focus on adding more and more value, right? So the value of the actual product, in this case, the NFT, keeps on growing, right?
Is the shortage. The shortage is the key.
Right. The shortage.
Exacto. Entonces van a haber dos cosas claves en el transcurso de este año. Uno, nuestro propio token que vamos a tener.
Right.
Eso, y segundo, el mercado que vamos a crear para trasladar valor por medio de nuestros NFT, por medio de los servicios. Yo le estoy llamando algo como Solfriends Marketplace, tal cual.
Right. So he pointed out two. Sorry, I think there was someone speaking on the background and I couldn't hear properly. The first point I understood. He said he wanted to point out that this year there will be two main events, right? One of them is coming out with our token, right? Which Freedom is going to help us with that, right? Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. So Freedom, the company that we're collaborating with, they're going to start to add any more value, you know, on the Discord and more information, so you guys can find out more about them. And the second one was what? Sorry again, Camilo, you said about market.
Los NFT entre la comunidad va a tener un valor de intercambio. Por ejemplo, si yo tengo un servicio, no sé.
Yes,
¿ya?
yes.
¿Recuerdas?
Yeah. So the second one is also, I think I mentioned this in previous AMAs, in the beginning when we were having AMAs. So the second one is we're going to try to integrate Solfriends as a method of payment. To give you an example, to make it pretty simple, let's say you are, let's say you're a graphic designer, right? You're a graphic designer and I need the logo from you, right? A very professional logo, let's say, and also some flyers, right? I need some services from you as a graphic designer, right? And let's say the total cost is $500. The services are $500 that they cost me, right? And you tell me, okay, Chris, this is how much it costs you for the logo and the flyers and whatever, right? The design. So in this case, because we are in the same community, right? We say we're both Solfriends holders and, you know, we're part of the community. What we can do is actually use Solfriends as a method of payment, right? So for example, I'll send you one NFT, depending of course on the value of the marketplace, right? Of the price of it, the rarity and everything else. Let's say, you know, my Solfriend is, let's say is that one that I showed you earlier in the example, it is 2.3 Solanas, right? Now 2.3 Solanas, depending on where Solana is at that moment, let's say it's, you know, $150, right? 2.3 Solanas, let's say it's like $300, right? Let's put it there. $300, right, would be the NFT as a form of payment. And the rest I'll send you whatever, in crypto money if you want, or a different cryptocurrency, or in fiat money, it doesn't matter, right? So that's the point, is to integrate Solfriends as a method of payment within the community, right? To give it even more value from that.
Sí, dentro de lo que tenemos pensado para eso es crear nuestro propio marketplace donde están la persona, el servicio y la manera de transferencia.
Right. So to create our marketplace, right, where you can see exactly the person and the service, right? So where you can do the exchange, basically, right? The marketplace where you could do this exchange, again, by person offering the services, let's say, again, graphic designer or website designer or lawyer, or, right? There's so many services out there that people can offer. And then, you know, the client who will pay with one Solfriend and the rest will be Solana or Ethereum, if they sort out the gases, because it will be expensive, you know, the gas.
Entonces no hay, o sea, ¿por qué yo digo esto? Porque no hay manera de, o sea, no hay cómo perder, o sea, para que lo vean la visión de cómo perder, porque, por ejemplo, de los 6 integrantes, todos vamos a tener un servicio allí, o sea, aquí somos inversores, entrenadores personales, criptoexpertos, o sea, hay, cada uno tiene de marketing digital, o sea, hay una manera de cómo intercambiar eso, que si a la final tú dices, hombre, lo subí a mi marketplace en SolSea, no lo pude vender, vengo y si quieres salir de él porque piensas que, no sé, quiero, entonces no hay manera de cómo perder, o sea, tenemos cómo recibirlo con back, porque nosotros creemos en este proyecto. Sí, o sea...
Yeah, so basically, you know, what he say, that's why he's an investor strategist, you know, because he was born to do this. And this is what he does for a living. So, you know, there's basically no way of losing with it, right? So let's say you post it on SolSea and nobody wants to buy it from there or whatever, right? It takes too long or, you know, something. Then you have the marketplace, right? That's what this integration will also actually help everyone else. Instead of, let's say, you know, selling it on SolSea, you actually use it in form of payment, right? To pay someone for a different service or whatever. Because even between us here, right? We got investor, which one of them is Camilo, and he's teaching, right? People, he's a teacher, right? So he's teaching people. He's got his own students, teaching them about investments and stuff. And they, me, for example, right? I'm also a personal trainer. I've been a personal trainer for 8 years now, right? So, and there's again a lot more people out there with different types of jobs and stuff like that we can offer, right, as a service on the marketplace within the community and use software as a form of payment, right?
I love that. I'm very excited about all of the things, and I can see his enthusiasm when he talks.
He is, so that's why I went to him, when we first, teamed up for the project, right? Because I really was looking for someone serious, that we wanted to create something, something that works and we can bring something together, right? And because I knew him, I knew Camilo, we, close friends, like our girlfriends are, good friends, right? So we just met and he stayed over at my house and, we talked about investing and stuff like that. But not just that, we also did, a lot of things on the side that, it got us closer together, right? And I knew I could trust him when it comes to something serious that we could come, on the marketplace with. And I personally didn't know that he has a team, which is the team that we work with right now, right? I just went to him because I was thinking we'll figure it out somehow, because I knew he's into investments and he's a teacher and stuff like that, right? So I knew the value he has on the marketplace, right? In South America, for example, as well, he's well known. And then, it's just like I have a saying, right? That my brother actually is always, been saying this for the rest of my life since I remember, that everything happens for a reason, right? So everything just simply happened for a reason. And he was working already with a team that, with Lizzie, you probably guys seen her around the Discord, and Diego as well, right? He's part of it. And they were already crypto experts, right? They were doing this already. So he already had this team and we just connected straight away, right? And we just started working on it and we started to develop from there, the ideas and everything else. And it just became reality, it's just, and he was excited, right? Exciting from the beginning. And again, because I know him, he's a very serious guy who, when he says he's going to do something, he's going to do it, right? And there's nothing that can't be done. We'll find a way to make it work one way or another, right? If something comes like a roadblock, right? If there's a roadblock, it's okay. We analyze it, right? We see what's going on and we find a solution. There's always a solution for any problem, right? Just wanted to share a bit the excitement of meeting.
Well, we appreciate your hard work.
We appreciate
Thank you,
you
Chris,
guys
for
being here.
thank you, Chris, for your words.
No, it's
Exageras,
just the honesty.
exageras.
No,
Nah.
I'm not actually. I'm not the type of guy that exaggerates. Actually, I don't. I don't. I like to say things how they are. If, let's say, if you do something bad, you do it bad, and it is what it is, right? We're humans, and I think honesty is the best. One of the best skills you could have out there, right? Some people don't like it, but hey, you know what? It is what it is. Life is tough. You got to deal with it, right? So yeah.
So everybody, I put my daughter's thing back on the main page, so make sure you vote. Keep it going,
Cool, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
please.
Chris, I do have one question.
Sure, please.
Or everybody, if you will. So on the announcements page, you guys have what you recently listed, basically saying that where's it at? As far as a backup plan, that you guys are thinking about reducing the supply.
Yeah.
So basically, how we're going to figure that out is or how y'all, not we, is if things aren't selling, if it's not booming, how how we think it's going to go. That's at that point, that's what y'all are going to do is
we're going to burn it out, right? Yeah.
Okay.
We're basically going to burn from the supply, right? And that's something that we can easily control, right? It's nothing that we can, worry about, because at the end of the day, if that actually happens, right? So that's the worst case scenario, right? We put it there again. We want to make sure that we prepare for everything, right? And that's the worst case scenario. If that does happen, then we can easily burn it, and it's actually even better because the value increases even more, right? Because there's less supply, the price stays the same, right? So we're creating the deflationary system already from the first collection, which the plan initially was to create it from the second one, right? Because if you guys check the roadmap, the second collection would be 3,333, right? At a higher price. But in this case, if we would have to burn it, right? If we would have to burn from the supply, the price for this collection will stay how it's planned already. But for the next collection, we're gonna drop from that 3,333, we're gonna drop more the supply, right? And the price again will increase. So everything that we do to create this deflationary system, we're trying to keep the value, right, the same or even higher, right? To keep on adding more value and decreasing the supply.
Sí, de hecho es una estrategia usada por las empresas que cotizan en bolsa. Esa estrategia la traemos porque yo conozco muy bien ese campo, y lo que se hace, eso se llama contra split, que cuando el mercado se viene abajo, ¿sí? Por ejemplo, nosotros ya lo teníamos, de hecho ya lo teníamos planeado antes de cualquier cosa. O sea,
we had this planned already, right? Because Camilo is teaching in the stock market these, right? Because this happens in every market with the deflationary system, when the stocks are doing the split, right?
Exacto. Entonces, cuando el precio va para arriba, split. Cuando va para abajo, contra split, para un tema psicológico, ¿sí? También. Entonces, ¿qué pasa? En ese escenario, lo que intentamos es conservar al que ya compró. O sea, se sacrifica la empresa porque nos importa más quien ya compró, porque nosotros entendemos que la comunidad es lo más importante por encima de cualquier otra cosa.
100% right. So translation to this is that, again, in the stock market, it happens the same, right? When a business, the price increases, right? They do the split, so the price drops, but the value stays the same, right? I don't know if you guys ever owned, let's say, stock, and then all of a sudden you had split, but the value is still the same, right? It's still the same of that stock. So it's saying that he's been using these strategies as well for many years, right? From his teachings. And that's what businesses usually sacrifice themselves, right? Because that is a sacrifice, right? From the business to protect the investors, right? To protect their investments and to make sure that the value stays the same and the quality of the service stays the same, right? In any business, right? But again, NFT in this project is also business at the end of the day, right? So it works in the same way.
Sí, y que esa es una ventaja de nuestro proyecto, que traemos las ideas, ¿sí? De las inversiones en bolsa al mundo cripto, el cual no está tan desarrollado, ¿sí? Porque de hecho funciona muy bien. Son los mismos principios.
Yeah, so we're trying to basically bring the same principles, right, from the stock market and to apply them to the crypto and NFT world, right, in our case here, to make sure that we implement it, because again, they're very powerful, right, if you think about it. Because you could, like there is always a chance to make sure that the value stays the same, right? Again, the business has to sacrifice, but that's okay because we deeply understand that the community is very powerful, and this is what keeps the project going, right? Without the community, there's no project. Let's be honest, right? So we all have the same, equal part in this, and you guys are actually, the most important, right? The community is the most powerful thing, right, behind this project. Anything else, Camilo, that you want me to translate?
No. Si sigo hablando, nos quedamos aquí hasta, mejor dicho, tarde. Pero en pocas palabras, la pregunta es, ¿han visto otro proyecto que se interese por un escenario deflacionario? ¿Ya lo habían escuchado? Debe ser muy raro. De que deben existir, quizá no creo que seamos tan únicos. Sí, no me va a creer eso, pero yo no lo he visto al menos.
Yeah. His question basically is if you guys heard this concept being so popular out there in other projects where, the team actually sacrifices, all the hard work and time that they put in together and stuff like that, right? To protect their investments in cases of, let's say market corrections, right? I'm sure all of you here are part of the crypto market, let's say, for example, right? So, otherwise, you wouldn't be able to be here, right? If you were not in the crypto market, at least to buy something, one coin or one token. And you probably experienced some big crashes, right? In your time so far, and it was scary, right? And in those times, a lot of projects, they don't know what to do, and they can't. There's no action plan, right? What they would do in that moment. But because we have Camilo's experience in investing, that's why we are prepared for every type of situation, right? Even if the market, let's say goes to zero, which is something, which will not really happen, right? Let's be honest. But if it does, we will find a way to, to bring you guys value, right? I mean, one of the ways could be, we could simply mint another collection, right? So we could give you guys, let's say, for the same price, we could give you 2 NFTs instead of 1, right? To make up for that, again, right? At the end of the day, to still keep the same value. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right. So,
Yeah.
we are prepared, for any type of situation. That's why we know where, to whatever happens, we'll find a way to make it work, and to make sure that, our investors are well taken care of, and the foundations, they will receive what we promised. And actually this week, I'm still waiting for her message. She replied to me, and I actually have a message. She replied to me 10 minutes ago. I'll talk to her to finalize, to see when we're gonna have the live mint, and we're gonna do it together, guys. I hope it's because she's in the US actually, so maybe for you guys it will work great.
Be a normal time for me, maybe.
Yeah, not like 4 a.m. But either way, we're still gonna record it, right? We recorded the last one too, and we're gonna record this one as well. But we're gonna do it on Zoom live with you guys too, and so you could see, the donation, live donation. I'm not sure if she's gonna go on camera or not, but we're all gonna, see it all happening live, right? And there's the other donations is all that we need to do. So yeah, we're gonna share it with you guys. This week is definitely gonna happen, one of them for sure. And so maybe in the weekend, if
Are you talking about
I'll see.
are you talking about the live, the donation? Is that what you're talking about right now?
Yes, the donations live. Yeah. So we're gonna do it in the same way, same manner. We're gonna go on a Zoom, because I think it's better here like this, so we can, record it and everything. Yeah, I think it's better, right? So I'm gonna simply, share my screen, and you will see everything that I'm doing, and also if you check the donations info, the ones that we already did, we already pasted the codes there, right? The links for the scan, Sol Scan, and you can see exactly the transactions, where they went, and
Ya para terminar, Chris, recordarles
Yeah.
que hasta hoy, bueno, hasta mañana realmente, es el último día para tener el Pitbull a 0,9. No vuelve, ese precio no vuelve en esta colección. Entonces, recordarlo de pronto, porque todavía están a tiempo de invitarnos a un amigo o ellos a ampliar su colección, ya entendiendo un poco más el negocio y la proyección.
Right. So whoever, who's also listening from those people as well here on Discord, and you guys on Zoom, right? So today is basically the last day that, the Sol Pitbulls can be found at 0.9, right? Solana. And then after that, it's not going to be at the same price anymore, right? So in case you guys have any friends or anyone else that, would like to be part of the project, and the, animal lovers, and they want to contribute, and they want to be part of such a beautiful community, they're more than welcome to join us.
I mean, just reading your guys' profile on your page and stuff, I had a lot of confidence in the team and just how strong you guys are. But now listening more to and just seeing the plans and everything unfolding, and all, like, you look at a lot of the projects, and they're all hyped up with like the metaverse and the players, and they offer all these things. And I think a lot of people get just caught up in that really easily. Whereas you guys are trying to do more like investments and teaching and kind of doing it that way. And I feel like that's just leaves for a more solid foundation, I feel like.
100%, right? The foundation, it's because at the end of the day, that's what stands the test of time, right? The foundation being strong, because all the other stuff, it's still part of the plan, right? It's still part of the roadmap to get into the metaverse.
Right.
But without a strong foundation, how far can that metaverse project go, right?
Right. And
Like,
the metaverse is still a long way from now as well, too.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, a couple years, I feel like maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's like a couple of years until like the public gets the true, the true meaning of it, right? To being able
Yeah.
to. You guys seen the film, right? Ready Player One.
What was it?
Ready Player One. If you check it out, I would definitely recommend you. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out, because it's something that it will happen, in the very near future. Not sure if in a couple of years we'll get there, but definitely in the next 5 to 10 years, we are definitely there, right? And so he's basically, discussing and talking about the whole virtual reality thing, right? Like you put your headset on and you just go into your world, right? And there's actions happening in that world, and you have your own avatar, right? And you start to do a lot of things there. It is crazy. I definitely recommend everyone who's watching and who's listening now to watch that movie. It's mind blowing. So we will get there for sure.
Can you put the title in the chat?
Sure. What, here in
Yeah.
in Zoom? Oh, there you go. Boosted.
Oh,
Thank
there
you.
we go. That's what I thought I heard.
I think it's on Netflix. I think.
I'm not sure. Maybe in the US it could be, but in Europe it's not in Netflix.
Yeah, I'm in the US, so I think so. I'll check.
You guys are
check it
always
out.
more privileged, man.
No. We have to stay up till 4 o'clock in the morning to do this stuff.
No, but you guys always get the good stuff first, For us, it just always arrives late, man. Always.
I wasn't trying to ask that question earlier about if you guys were gonna to decrease the amount. I just sometimes the hard questions or the hard questions don't get answered, and I feel like sometimes people are scared to ask that question.
Right.
So I can tell you guys have a plan. I'm not worried about that whatsoever.
Right. Well, I hope we answered your question. If
You
not,
did.
we can go even more into details. We can talk about this all day.
Bueno.
Bueno.
Mucho gracias.
¿Cuál fue la pregunta? No la entendí.
So he said, he mentioned that, the reason why he asked this is because a lot of people, when these type of questions, which are harder questions to answer, right? In general, if you don't have a plan, if you don't know what you're doing, it's harder, and some people can avoid that question and they try not to answer it, right? So again, you could see, right, that we're transparent with you guys, and we tell you everything that's going on behind the scenes. Bad, we share the bad, we share the good, because there's nothing to hide. Because we're here to stay for good.
Yeah, I think it's good for the questions and all that stuff to come out like on these, people can sit down and watch them. Otherwise, it's kind of like broken up in like the announcements and stuff, so people don't get the full information either.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. It is definitely, better when people come like this on live, right? And we get to discuss and stuff, especially the investors, right? Because there's also a lot of people that just come in and they don't really care, they don't listen or whatever. They're just around to be around.
Yeah.
But that, if you don't have anything else to do, then you're welcome. But
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate your time, all of you.
Thank you, guys. It was the same to you as well. It was a pleasure to talk to you all. Really appreciate it. Again, if there's still any other questions, we're still here, So if you guys have any other, or even feedback about stuff that you want to add to the community, to the server at the moment. I don't know if you guys saw the contest. Cheng, actually, I don't know if he's listening to me here or not, but he's the one that came up with the idea. Hey, bro, how you doing, man?
Great, man.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate your, everything, your effort for the Discord, man, for the server, for the community, because there's a lot of people, right? And you could see that someone who's genuine and he really wants to help, right? So I really appreciate the energy and the effort, bro. I really do.
We
For trying
appreciate
to
you,
keep the
bro.
community together, man. You know,
Thank
it's
you,
very
man.
powerful.
For the
So
family.
yeah, that's it. That's the spirit for the
Yeah.
family, man. Thank you, man. And I know it's late to you over there, right? In Turkey right now.
Yeah. It's 1
Thank
a.m.
you, man.
right now.
1 a.m. Crazy.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. And we appreciate your time and we appreciate the effort. And yeah, so he put a contest together for you guys, for everyone in Discord, in the community, right? With levels, right? And it's until 27th of this month, right? So whoever gets the first 3 places, let me see here, so I can be specific. All right, so the first place gets 0.5 Sol plus 1 NFT as well. They win, right? If you get a first place. Second place is 0.3 Solana. Third place is 0.2 Solana. And then 4th to 10th place will receive a raffle ticket for a 0. Sol giveaway, right? So this is just to, to make sure that everyone who's being active, everyone who's, helping each other out, right? Because you guys saw that, if somebody has a question and none of us are around or we're busy with something else, right? People are jumping in to answer the questions and everything, which is amazing, right? That's incredible. So we want to repay back and to give back to our community by creating this contest to make them fun in the same time, and competitive, so everyone is just, and we're keeping a healthy relationship, right, in the community. So thank you, Chang. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you, man.